We rejoin our we rejoin Ark Carl, aka Georg the Lichguard, after a glorious victory over a terrible wraith. He is richly rewarded by Baron's song, and he has learned some new spells and gained the ability to summon a horse that can't die. Things could not be going better for him. Georg also receives a letter from Ark Eldrick requesting to meet him when he visits Misty Rapids in 10 days' time. Georg reports his success in learning clairvoyance to the Baron and tells him he requires pineal glands for the casting. The gland can be harvested from the brains of animals or victims. Fortunately, Baron Song has 2 victims he had prepared earlier for Georg to harvest. The Baron also informs Georg for his plans to acquire more land by marrying Lady Dysek, who may need some magic assistance from Georg to accept the Baron as her husband, and also reminds Georg they still have the unicorn in the basement that he has to find a use for. With the aid of Kel Grella, Georg harvests the glands without too much effort. When he returns to the Motte and Bailey later to test the spell, he walks in on a peasant pleading with Baron Song, pleading for aid to deal with mysterious shadows that has showed up in the night. After demonstrating the spell for the Baron, Georg is dispatched to go investigate these murderous shadows. When he reaches the afflicted village, the descriptions he gets of the creatures sound very much like the wraith he slew. He investigates some other villages to see if there have been any more attacks, but fortunately all seems quiet. With some daylight left, he decides to once more visit the excavated temple. He descends into the darkened temple using true seeing to be able to see in the pitch blackness below the earth. And not long after he enters, he encounters another wraith. Luckily, Georg has time to flee the darkened temple, with the creature hot on his heels. Fortunately, the wraith is repelled by the bright sunlight and retreats back into the shadows, glaring at Georg. Georg decides it's time for science and lights a torch to see if torchlight also affects the creature, but unfortunately it does not. Pondering his next step, he returns to the Misty Rapids. Baron Song advises him to perhaps consult Mother Oldman, which he does, a task made difficult by Mother Oldman's zeal and crazy, but he manages to get his point through, and she vows that she and her followers will accompany him the next day. After a rather disturbing purification ritual, they head off with about 40 of the good mother's flock. They find the temple doors shut, and so Georg wizard knocks it and calls it a day. But Mother Oldman is not so easily satisfied and bangs on the door, challenging the darkness beyond, and the darkness accepts the challenge as a wraith in the mist form comes pouring through the gap underneath the door. Battle is joined. Mother Oldman blesses everyone in preparation, and Georg stabs at the wraith with Karl, his magic dagger, and the wraith dissipates. But more follow, and after they too are vanquished, the mother bids Georg to open the door so they can face all the wraiths and dispatch them to the beyond. Georg obeys and knocks the door open, and the battle intensifies as more wraiths pour forth. But luckily, Mother Oldman's flock aids combat by flinging holy water. But sadly, Georg is knocked out. Fortunately, Mother Oldman heals him. Unfortunately, Georg has to endure one of her lectures. With the wraiths driven off, the followers start claiming the temple for Nadina. Georg, tired from the lectures and battle, returns home. What fate awaits the unicorn? How will the visit go with Ark Aldrich? Have we seen the end to the wraith menace? Find out next time on Dicing with Death.
Why, hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. Ryan, how are you doing, Man of Shadows?
I'm doing well. Man of Shadows, is that
Oh, it's because you're...
me or is that my character?
No, your face is dark. It's fine.
Yeah, I just shut that blind, so I'm no longer backlit, but also unlit.
Ooh, very spooky, very wraith-like.
Indeed. You were dropping so many hints for me to pick up Wraith form last session, I didn't get it. And now I get it. Oh well. I'll probably lawyer for that when I re-level to level 6.
All right, well, you are currently...
I have been touched with death.
Most definitely. You have felt it pass through you, and you have lived.
Fondled by a wraith.
So
where are we picking up?
I think you are back in your house in Misty Rapids. It's under construction.
If that's where you'd like to jump to. I think we sort of, we finished the battle with the wraiths. I do have a horse to head back. Did we get all the way home, or are we headed home?
We ended with you just leaving the wraiths, right?
Okay.
So why don't we just say you... Did you want to go home? Was that where you were headed?
I'm debating. Now this gives me I do want to send some sort of message to Baron Song.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll go home and send him a message, because I don't really feel like talking to anyone.
Sure.
I think the gist of the message will be, I'm going to be recovering for a few weeks, but he should probably know about Mother Ullman's power play. To just sounds like she's kind of as I'm leaving, they're just setting up shop around this temple.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking it over.
Yes, they are claiming it in the name of Nerul, goddess of nature.
Yeah, we'll see how well that works out for them. But right now I am at 1 HP and pretty salty. So let's go home and brood.
All right. You make it back home. Where? There's when your roof finishes. Okay. So your house is still...
Nadinus, chat corrects. Nerul is the goddess of passion or something.
No, you're right. Nadinus. Nerul is the goddess of love and family and the hearth.
No.
No. This is Nadinus.
Nature herself.
All right. So you get back to your house. It is late, I think, by this point in time, and there's not much for you to do other than study your books and go to sleep.
I will pen a letter to Baron Song.
And what does this letter say?
Let's maybe Wraith strain. I am gravely wounded. Mother Ullman is making a play to claim the temple and its surrounding territories. This may be a Greller problem. We'll be recovering, and I don't know. We'll be recovering for several weeks, but
Okay.
send a message if you need me. And I'll like hand that off to a messenger
Sure.
when I get down. Maybe I even pen that on horseback
Okay.
as I'm riding. So it's maybe a little scratchy, but I am a proficient reader and writer, and so I think that should be fine.
Make me a reading and writing check, Ryan, to make sure you can actually make the letters you hope to make.
Let's get the dice warm. Come on, don't roll a 20. Don't roll a 1.
Woo! You have successfully written a letter. Congratulations.
I hand that to a messenger boy, pay him handsomely, said, "Take this to Baron Song at once." And I glower at him from atop my phantasmal steed.
Excellent. All right, he takes off, and you are home.
Yeah, and I continue studying my lightning bolt, and probably shut myself in my apartment, in my house, and probably until I finish that spell. I'm sick of your bullshit, and I'm sick of. Yeah, I'll send word also to maybe send another messenger to go fetch the surgeon to come see me at my home.
Okay, the surgeon comes. You guys are becoming fast friends.
Yeah, we
Maybe not friends, but
yeah.
Acquaintances.
Misty Rapids document.
Yes.
He is now a full-blown NPC. I've made use of so much. All right. And I think that's that.
All right, you pass out and wake up the next morning feeling rested, but still feeling level 5.
And worse level 5 than I was last time I was level 5. I've lost HP. I've net lost HP.
Oh no! But your your souls are fully charged, and you are at max everything.
No, I have an invisibility and a magic missile in the amulet.
Okay.
It is no souls in it.
But your stats are maxed.
My stats are not maxed. No.
Oh God!
When have my stats ever been maxed?
I mean, full.
No.
No.
I have 9 out of 11 strength and 12 out of 14 wisdom.
Oh God. Okay.
Otherwise, no. I drain my soul to save this town, and all I get is a lecture from this aging nudist, and no credit for slaying the wraiths. Maybe I should. I probably should have started to like ride through town proclaiming my victory against the wraiths, but no. By now, like Mother Ullman has probably already declared it a victory of Nadinus, and
yeah,
fuck them. There's probably more wraiths out there in the plains, and they're Mother Ullman's problem for all I care. We'll see how that works out for me. So, I guess you have ruled that when a character drops unconscious, they lose all of their memorized spells?
Yes.
Okay. Which is not rules as written, so I don't think that will affect hardcore heroes, but...
It's not?
Well,
I'm pretty... Well, hardcore heroes don't go unconscious.
Yeah, they just die. I don't think it mentions anything about it.
It does. It does.
Really? It
yes.
says you can't get rid of a spell unless it's cast.
Unless you are knocked unconscious. It's a real rule. I'm not making it up.
If you say so.
I do.
All right. So I spend a long time the next morning memorizing a ton of, well, not that many spells, but some number of spells. Reduce, detect magic, color spray, feather fall, spider climb, rope trick, knock, wizard lock, blink, phantom steed.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, hold on. Oh no, I don't have my deep pockets quite yet.
Until such time he is weak and feeble, unable to fight, and barely able to move. He must stop and rest often, can't cast spells, the shock of near death has wiped them from his mind.
Oh, really?
And is generally confused and feverish.
Huh, I guess I missed that clause. I didn't know that you can't cast spells because you're weak.
Yeah.
I guess you're okay. Is that if you are knocked unconscious or if you're brought to 0 and back? Like, so
if you are brought to -1.
Okay, so if you're sapped and you're like fallen conscious for a couple of rounds or whatever, you're fine.
That's fine. If you get dropped to 0 exactly, I'm going to say that's fine too, but negatives is where you are
so
hovering
if I
on
have
death's
something
door.
like a fireball memorized that I want to get rid of, I could just like choke myself to death to erase the spells from my memory, and then recover and
Yes.
safely have purged the spells from my mind.
Yes, if you would like to become Georg the autoerotic asphyxiator.
All right. I chat. I can't even. I just stop it, guys. Okay, we're playing D&D. I'm expanding Zoom so I can't see chat for a few minutes. It's getting weird.
Getting weird.
All right. But welcome to new subs.
Yes.
You made a horrible mistake. Okay. So does anything happen in the next 2 weeks?
Yes,
Good.
actually.
I
Yes.
think rent is due. So in addition to bleeding my experience, you're bleeding my gold supply.
Oh, you're wealthy. You're very wealthy.
Yeah. Okay.
The next day, actually, you're
Is
hanging
that
out.
30th? Or is that
The 29th of February, because it's a leap year.
Okay.
You're hanging out, and there comes a knock at your door. A very, confident knock.
I'm still at 1 HP, correct? No,
Yes.
nothing gained from the surgeon yesterday.
Correct.
And what time is it? I've memorized all my spells.
It's like 2 in the afternoon.
Okay, yeah. So I probably memorized spells and studied and done those things. Okay. I need to get like a little peephole for my door.
Yeah, well, actually, currently there are people working on your roof. So you're inside studying, and there's like, people pulling thatch off and putting up boards and stuff. It's a little distracting. Actually, would you still be at your house if they were working on your roof?
I'm gonna say yes, but I think if they're actively like hammering on the roof, like depends what they were doing.
They're like tearing the thatch off, adding extra
It's been a few days, I
supports.
assume they've already got the thatch. Okay, yeah. And
Yeah.
so I think I would have left if it was that distracting.
All right, where are you gonna go?
The Bait and Tackle is the restaurant, right?
Yes.
And First Falls Inn is just a tavern, just an inn.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm probably at the Bait and Tackle. I'm guessing it's quiet because it's like middle of the day.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on.
Most people have real jobs and they're not hanging out in a bar. And I clear a path pretty much everywhere I go. So I'm probably sitting by myself in a corner of the tavern.
Well, it's still winter, so a lot of the farmers have free time right now since there's nothing to plant. So they're kind of hanging out, but also the farmers can't really afford the Bait and Tackle. So this is actually a nice quiet spot. There's a beautiful babbling river next to you. It's quite peaceful. You can still hear the hammering from your house, but it's distant now. Just enough to let you know that they're still working and they're not being lazy.
So I'm in there with a stack of books
Right.
and like pen and paper and God, this is a horrible place to be practicing lightning bolt. Let's hope nothing goes wrong and I don't accidentally electrocute all of the tavern. Okay, so does whoever was knocking come? Do they knock on the inn? Do they come barging over?
Yes, there is a. Hold on, let me just read something real quick. I wanted to make sure I don't get that wrong. Okay. You hear heavy footsteps coming through the Bait and Tackle before you even see anyone, but very heavy footsteps that ring with the sound of metal.
I'm probably positioned with my back to the far corner. So that, like on my left is the window overlooking the falls, and I've got line of sight to the door. So I hear the clanging and look up to see.
You look up to see a 6'1", 160-pound young human male, mid-20s, wearing steel splint mail, a steel longsword, and a medium shield, as well as he does wear a helmet, and he has a holy symbol of a stare dangling from his neck.
His helm is on, so I can't see his face.
His helm is on. His armor is brightly polished, and he walks with an air of
okay. If
holiness.
I think I have time to cast Detect Magic before he would notice, I'll do that. But if he's already got like eyes on me and is walking, so if I can sneakily cast a Detect Magic, I will do so.
No, it would be very obvious that you're casting it.
Okay. My heart's pounding out of my chest, but I keep it casual and like lean back in my chair, like put my quill down.
Okay.
And like look up. It sounds like he's walking straight towards me.
Yes, you're like the only person here.
Mm-hmm.
He comes to stand beside your chair, and just stands facing you, waiting for you to respond to him.
Yes. I like look him up and down in his holy symbol. Can I help you?
I am Steel Truthseer. I am here looking for Georg.
I'm afraid I know no one by that name.
You lie.
I was like going to stand up to like shake a hand and like look at him confusedly. I am Arch Carl, Archmage of this barony. And I think I stand up, like leaning against my staff. Hand was still like, I think it's still absent-mindedly out. Like I was going to shake his hand, and he like
does not reach for it.
And I think you should reconsider your tone. I wince as I realize I'm at 1 HP and just battle scarred and not in good shape. My robes are covered in blood, aren't they?
Yes.
Most of it some of it my own.
I am a paladin of a stair, and I am here to seek Georg. Are you Georg?
Perhaps you should take that helmet off. Maybe you can hear better. My name is Carl, and I am the Archmage of this town, and I will not tolerate such insults a third time. I look around the tavern. Is there anyone here?
You see the innkeeper. He's the only other person around, and he's well on the other side, kind of like peering his head around a corner.
Couldn't you come back for a duel when I had full HP?
Again, after you saying
his sword is not drawn, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
He stands before you and says, "You are Arch Carl of Misty Rapids, but you lie when you say you are not also Georg."
I just sort of stare him down.
I have come hunting for you in response to the rumors you guard a lich's phylactery. Hand it over to me, and a stare will be merciful upon your soul.
You would do wise to speak such heresies in whispers, paladin. That was strike number 3. Now I'm feeling merciful. I told you I do not know this Georg which you hunt.
And you lie again. There is no point in speaking falsehoods around me. I cannot hear a lie. Hold on. If you're going to start casting spells, we're going to have to jump into initiative.
I think I cast my blink.
Okay. Time to roll initiative.
You're a dick, Neil. I have 1 HP. So I wasn't actually listening to what he was saying. I was...
Okay.
Yeah, color spray's next. Get some defensive things going.
All right.
So do I blink the first... You were saying... Okay, wait, no. So I don't blink the first round.
First round, you do not blink.
Okay. Thematic and so I think I mean, do you want to roll? You want to roll initiative?
I would like to roll initiative.
I would request that you roll a surprise for him.
Okay.
So I think I didn't even hear that last monologue. my eyes go wild. I told him he had strike number 3, and then he accused me of lying again. So I start. I mean, as he's talking, I'm talking over him.
What's the casting time of Blink?
1. So I can roll initiative if you'd like.
No, it's all right. Blink is fast enough that he can be surprised by it, and I have rolled a 2 on his surprise check, so he is surprised.
I botched. I don't know if you want to use that for my initiative.
The first round, yeah. If your Blink had a longer casting time, I would have given him bonuses to be his surprise check, but since it's so fast... Yeah. All right, you cast Blink. It gets off immediately.
Do you want to use that? So I'm going to try and beat my Blink initiative on the first round.
Roll. That was just for the first round. Let's roll again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So. 8 is my Blink. 5 is my Color Spray. I think Color Spray just has casting time 1. Yep.
Okay. You go first again.
Okay. Well, maybe I didn't even need that Blink. If he is creatures above the level of the spellcaster, so if he is level 6, he gets a saving throw.
Okay.
Otherwise, I have to double check every time because it just sounds too good to be true. But
okay.
Yeah. So
you spray colors across his face. His helmet is still on, and he stands still. He does not topple.
You have a magic helmet?
Blink goes at 11.
Yeah.
He reaches out a hand to grab your chest. Natural 1.
So he doesn't draw steel.
No, he does not draw steel. He reaches for you to grab you.
There's no one else. We established there's no one in the bar.
Right.
So I don't accidentally KO any onlookers.
Right. He misses his reach for you. Passes his save versus death, so no biggie. And then you blink. It's to your left, forward and left.
I think it's forward and left.
Yeah. Yeah, because 8 is directly forward and 4 is directly back.
So I blink past him.
Mm-hmm.
God, all my books are on the table.
Okay.
Do I have? I mean, that's. God.
All right. Initiative for next round. At the end of that round, he says, "Give me the phylactery."
So I'm casting Reduce on him. I think it's casting time 1 as well. It is casting time 1. So that gets a 3.
So fast.
Blink is slow, though.
So fast.
Okay.
All right. You go first. You cast Reduce.
I hurl some more powder at him this time. This time, powdered iron. He gets a saving throw versus spell.
The iron splatters across his splint mail and topples to the ground. He remains the same size.
Then I GTFO. God. Oh, he hasn't drawn his sword yet. Hey, so he doesn't get attacks. I pick up my stuff and I go.
All right.
I only get a half move. I don't know if I can get all the way out of the.
So he is standing between you and your stuff.
I sprinkle the powder at him and frustrated that it doesn't shrink him, and I say, "I bid you good day, sir," and pile up my books and head for the door. He doesn't have a weapon drawn, so he doesn't.
He does not get attacks of opportunity, but he can still
follow me. Yeah,
take a step to block you from getting to his stuff since he's between you and it.
Okay.
So he just blocks your path and says, "Give me the phylactery."
What's the innkeeper's name?
Jebub.
Say, Jebub, fetch the guards. Does he do anything on his initiative? Am I is there a opposed roll to keep me from the stuff, or?
I mean, he's between you and it, so he just puts his entire body in front of the table.
Okay. whatever. I mean, I've already cast a spell that round, so I'll...
Sure. He reaches for you again. I think he grabs you this time by your...
AC 10.
Yeah, he grabs you by your robes and oppose strength checks as he tries to pull you towards him. Ooh. Oh, he fails.
Oh.
Doesn't even matter
He's
what
got
you roll.
hands on me, or do I break free of his grip?
No, he's got his hands on you. He just can't pull you right next to him.
Not for long. I blink 10 feet directly backwards, leaving him behind.
Directly to your forward and right.
1 is directly behind, I believe.
8 is directly forward. 1 is to the right.
1 is right behind. Okay, what is directly? 4 is directly behind. Okay, so I blink backwards to the right, which might does it put me through the window outside on the lawn?
Wait, 1 should be forward and to your right.
1 is right. Oh, you were sorry. Yeah, this is confusing.
Yeah, so...
Okay, yeah, 1 is right ahead. So I blink past him, my stuff.
Yes, you blink past him just to the other side of the table. He turns to face you and say...
I get a 1 on my initiative. I pick up my shit and I bolt out the door before... Yeah, I bolt out the door with my spellbooks.
Okay.
Assuming he doesn't somehow roll better than a 4.
He does not. Alright, so you bolt with your books, and you hear the heavy sound of armor and boots following after you. You are faster than he is, though. He is encumbered.
I think... Yeah, I should be good. Should be unencumbered, even with all of these books. And I run back to my house. And
okay.
Are the workers are still on the roof?
Yep, they're happily going about their business as they see you hurry along with all your books. You're not encumbered at all, are you?
What's that?
You're not encumbered?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I don't think I'm encumbered.
Okay. He is following after you, a little bit behind. So it takes you like 2 rounds to get to your house.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when you get there?
Step into the wizard locked door and shut it behind me.
Okay.
And then I proceed to... You can't even get in. I mean, you can get in the roof or something.
All right, so you're inside your house.
I'm figuring out what to do.
All right. You hear the workman go, "What the? He's back!" And then
about me or about the pallet? Okay,
yeah. Then you hear.
I am blinking to and fro, but it's been 1, 2. This is the last round.
Okay. So you blinked along your way to get here. Now you're in the house and you're kind of like shifting positions within the building.
Yeah, I walk to the center, blink one last time.
Okay. He comes over and tries the door. You can hear the door handle turning, but the door not opening. And his voice booming through the open ceiling. "Give me the phylactery!" And then comes the sound of the door trying to be kicked down.
Yeah.
Which doesn't work.
Okay.
I mean, it's wizard locked door.
Yeah, he's got to roll he's got to have exceptional strength. Even
yeah.
At it.
Yeah. So his foot slams against the door. It shakes and vibrates, and you see the people that are on the roof kind of scramble away from him and watch, and then look to you and look back to him, and then look at you, and they're terrified as they're stuck between the two of you.
God. I want to tear this guy to pieces, but I have 1 HP.
He shouts again, "Give me the phylactery!"
I'm not responding for now. I don't think... I mean, he can climb in the ceiling and fall on the floor. I think I will set up my rope trick in probably right in front of the front door. Actually, right in front of the back door. So I'll cast rope trick, make the extra dimensional space.
Okay. The peasants gasp as this rope just climbs itself and holds itself in thin air.
Yeah, my house isn't even 25 feet, so I don't know if maybe it goes straight out the hole in the roof.
I think it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear him say again, "I will prevent you from bringing Drexel back to life. Give me the phylactery, and Astaire will be merciful upon your soul." But I think that's you climb the rope.
I don't think so. No, I set up an escape attempt.
Okay.
I think I let him talk like a crazy person to himself as I sit in here and figure out what to do. I'm not in any condition to fight this guy. So I think unless he takes a different plan of your course of attack, I just wait for for this to draw the attention of Kel Crystal or something.
Yes. That's a good point. It's been a few rounds now. Mm-hmm. So as he again tries to kick down the door, I don't even know why I'm rolling. He's physically incapable of it. The peasants kind of look to you, and one of them mouths, Kel Crystal, and points down the road a little bit. You can hear the sound of people running, and very soon you hear Kel Crystal's... No, not Kel Crystal. Kel Crystal's the...
I want to cast the Detect Magic at some point during this time.
Yeah, what the hell is the sheriff's name?
Kel Crystal's approaching, but I'll get that going.
Kel Lydia is the sheriff.
Kel Lydia.
Right.
Kel Crystal
is the gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
You hear Kel Lydia's clear voice speaking out.
Do I detect any magic on this paladin?
You can detect magic through doors and walls.
Let me check how much wood blocks it. 1 yard. My door is not a yard thick.
It is not.
So
you detect 2 auras of magic. One of them is strong, and one of them is medium. I don't know if you can see what types of things these are.
I have a 50% chance to know the sphere, and I would argue that I should be able to tell where they are. Like, I should be able to... maybe not. Maybe the aura extends beyond its physical location. I mean, that's something maybe for you to decide. But like, if the aura is hovering 6 feet off the ground, for instance, I could be like, okay, he's got that magic helmet.
No, they're both about the same height, roughly, very, very roughly waist height.
Yeah, probably a magic sword and a magic dagger, or magic sword, magic shield, or something.
And you do get both types of magic.
They're probably just enchantment, or you never know.
One of them is enchantment, and one of them is enchantment charm, and I think the other is alteration. Yeah, the other is alteration. Right? Yes. No. Abjuration. Yes, abjuration. I think is going to be this other one. Kel Lydia speaks up.
Okay.
And she says, "You there! How dare you break down the door of our Ark Carl? Unhand yourself. I am the sheriff of this town." To which the paladin turns. I guess you can't see him turning, but there's a pause. And he says, "You are. I hunt Georg, guarder of the phylactery of Drexel. He is in this house. I bid you to assist me in this manner, in the name of Astaire."
Kel, get this loony off my doorstep before I have to do something that get us all in trouble. He's... Yeah.
There is an awkward moment. And then Lydia speaks up again, saying, This man is our wizard. He is not Georg. He is Carl. And to the best of my knowledge, he does not guard a phylactery. You have no jurisdiction here. And the paladin speaks up, saying, my jurisdiction is everywhere. You would be wise to assist me in this matter. Calidia comes around the back of the house. Your shutters are closed, but she comes up to them and says, Carl?
I think I went through and wizard locked all the shutters too. Is that
yes?
That's the thing.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And your chest.
Yep.
She comes to the shutters and kind of taps on him and goes, this guy means business out here, Carl. What's going on?
I don't know. Some loony witch hunter. You heard him. He's talking crazy. Phylacteries? Liches? Who is this nut? Do I have...
Come on, you know there's the Georg the Lich Guard has been spotted in these parts? They hung one of his men in Thornwood.
I think I risk a peek out the shutter.
It's just Lydia standing right there.
I look like side to side.
Just her.
Is he gone?
She shakes her head. He's on the other side of the house.
I don't know what I mean. He's crazy, but he's a paladin, right? He's got like you can't just kill those types, can you?
She shakes her head. And then she stops talking, just points behind you. You see the paladin crawling over the wall, like throwing one of his armored legs over, dropping his shield down into the house.
Spider climb.
Okay. At this point, we're going to start having to roll initiative, because he's in the house and you are spider climbed, and you've got a rope just hanging.
Yeah.
Initiative.
Yeah, I'm looking up spell speed, sorry. Just casting down one. And I think I have to eat a live spider.
Yes, you do.
Right,
Lucky for you, you have a spider farm in your house.
Did I start that? I forgot about that.
I mean, you just like put some spiders in the corner and let them live.
Yeah.
It's not much of a farm.
I think I also have a few in my pocket.
Yeah.
I have 2 in my pouch. Okay. Now you're trespassing! As I eat the spider, cast a spider climb. It lasts for like 8 rounds.
Okay. You have spider climb activated. And you get it off before he
hands
moves.
And feet? I need to take my shoes off to spider climb?
You can kick off your boots. They're not laced up.
Is that actually a thing?
If it's in the spell.
Sure.
Alright.
I kick off my boots, and I think I climb out the window and out the outside wall of the house.
Okay.
So I just like Spider-Man it out the...
You hear him say from the other side, if you will not hand over the phylactery peacefully, I will take it by force.
You don't call this force? Is he inside the house, or did he...
He is inside the house.
So he dropped down the roof.
Yeah, he climbed over the wall and fell down in. Not fell, he dropped.
I shut the window behind me. So now he's stuck in my house. And I like spider, and so I like... He's probably free. Like, it takes me... I climb at movement rate 6.
Yeah, you can climb like a spider. He's...
As, and like looking down on him as he's shouting this, thinking he's talking to me like outside.
Mm-hmm. He comes over to the window, tries to open the shutters, like undoes the latch and pushes, and tries to bash open the windows. He slams his shield into them, and they kind of like, ooh, actually, you could probably break the windows before you would break the magic. I think he actually cracks your shutters, and they fall apart.
No, you can't crack. Maybe if he had an axe, he could like dismantle the wood. But you can't bash a plank of wood apart.
Well, the shutters are not very strong. Are they? I mean, people... I'm thinking shutters like this. I'll copy and paste them to you. Where's Ryan? In Skype, if you still have that open. And for you in chat, I'll show you on stream. Something like that.
Okay. Well, maybe. Okay. So maybe I don't know if you want to do like crushing blows for the window or whatever.
I just gave him a strength check, which he nat 20'd on.
Hey, are you gonna pay for that? God, I have no offensive capabilities.
Kel Lydia takes a few steps back and puts her hands up and says, "I can't help you, Carl." The paladin turns to her and says, "If you do not help me, you are complicit in the Lich Guard's crimes."
Now I wish I had that potion of fiery burning.
Initiative roll, please.
So he is. Did he bash out the window?
Yes, he broke the window shutters on you. Your detect magic spell is still going, right? Oh, but you have to stop and concentrate to.
I don't think so. Do I?
I think it takes a round of concentration to detect where the magic sources are.
Magic. I can turn, scanning a 60-degree arc per round. It doesn't specify. I mean,
but if you can only scan a 60-degree arc per round, that means that, you know, in a minute, that means a pretty concentrated section, I would expect. Anyway, roll me that initiative.
I don't even... I mean, I'm not doing anything. God, I get the jump, but like, I'm on my roof. I guess I...
All right. He draws his longsword. It's steel ringing in the air. You're up on top of the house, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can be at the apex of the roof.
He's climbed out the window?
No, he broke down the window, and then...
So I see... So he's
just broken the window. He's still inside the house, and he draws his sword.
Yeah, I throw ceiling or roof tiles at him.
All right, there are a few roof tiles that have been set up.
There should be a fuck ton. I mean, they're probably like stacked in like a pallet off to the side, but they're remaking the roof out of tile.
Yes, but they've only recently they've been reinforcing the roof to hold the tile because before it held thatch. So
scrap wood at him.
Yeah. All right. So you start throwing crap. You can grab it. There's definitely some ceiling tiles and some scrap wood up there, and there's hammers.
I would also like to pull up the rope that's dangling into the house.
Okay. So you go to the apex of the roof, well out of the range of his longsword. Start pulling up the rope, and then begin to hurl tiles down at him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get out of my house, trespasser! And put that sword away. You'll hurt yourself.
All right. His sword is drawn. He goes underneath you and kind of shields his. Takes his shield to block anything that might be coming down, and calls up to you. You are a coward. Come and face your fate. A stare is just. He needs a ranged weapon. I guess he begins to sheathe his longsword and goes for a dagger on his side for the next round. You want to make an attack against him with your roof tile?
Yeah, I guess I could always roll a 20. Am I considered proficient in...
No.
No? So I get -5 to hit?
Yeah, they're really awkward, and you're a wizard.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I
Tile
climb.
shatters on
Okay,
his
I guess we'll
shield.
roll initiative.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see if he kills me with a dagger before I can climb into the next dimension.
He gets his dagger and hurls it at you.
Maybe I have partial cover from the roof hole.
Maybe, but it doesn't matter. It goes and like flies well out of your house and lands somewhere in town.
Maybe I paused to see if the dagger was magical.
That if you want to spend your turn detecting magic.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to climb in the extra dimensional space, but I'll detect magic on the dagger and then climb down and chase after it to retrieve it.
The dagger is not magical.
Okay.
However, a ring on his hand and a potion in his backpack or at his side are.
Okay. Then I can probably still move up the rope with this time, especially with my spider climb.
Yeah. You easily scamper up the rope, and you can pull the rest of the rope into the extra dimensional space.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He stands below you, looking up to the extra dimensional space, and says,
I stay back from the entrance so that I'm hidden.
Okay, so you can't see him, but you hear his voice calling out, "I know your tricks, wizard. Do you think you can simply wait me out?"
I can wait till Lord Song or his soldiers come to clear this up. You sure you want to be here when that happens?
My jurisdiction is everywhere. Baron Song cannot hide you, Georg. Admit your crimes, and Astaire will have mercy upon your soul.
I sit down in this extra dimensional space and start the only option I really see is just hurling magic missiles at him from the amulet.
You hear a pacing sound down below, and he begins to speak more about the evils of Drexel, how Drexel almost brought the world to its knees, how Drexel sided with the dark gods and brought horrors upon the world.
I'm kind of interested in hearing this, actually. If there's, because I know the name Drexel because supposedly that's the wizard or whoever crafted this amulet, or the lich who made it his phylactery, but it doesn't seem like it's phylactery. So, is there anything new that I hear about Drexel, or is he just rambling like a crazy person?
Let's see. Drexel was a sorcerer from another dimension. He served Malchus during the War of Creation, helping to annihilate the Winter Gods. When the war was over, the now Lich settled in our prime materia plane until he was brought down by servants of Astaire, and his phylactery was destroyed. But was it really, Georg?
I peek out the little hole and see if Lydia's still down there.
She is. She has now climbed in over the wall, or through the window, and is standing next to him.
Do I burn my own house down?
He says to you, "I have spoken with Rohanna in Shirebrook. She claims that she saw your mind, saw through to what you were believing in your heart to be true, and knows that you have the phylactery of Drexel. You cannot escape. Your reign of terror is at an end, Georg. Give it up, and I shall give you a merciful death." If you would rather I take it by force, that can be done.
How's that working out for you? I shout, feeling somewhat safe in my extra dimensional space. I'm probably 15 feet above the roof, maybe 5 or 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's still,
probably 10 feet above the roof.
When I glanced at Lydia? He was still inside the house.
Yes,
Okay.
they're both inside the house. The methods of dragging the truth out from you will be painful. You will not enjoy the process, and we will still find the phylactery. Give it up. There is no end for this, pleasantly. Do you know what happened to the other servants of Drexel during the War of Creation?
No, but I'm sure you're about to tell me.
They have become all manner of undead. Wraiths, revenants, mummies. They lost their souls and their minds. You
You know
serve
there
a
are
greater...
actual wraiths in the plains of the Tetherwilds. Why aren't you out there purging that evil instead of in here breaking into my home, making these false accusations? Lydia, did someone go to get... Why aren't you doing your job?
There's a pause, and he says, "You speak the truth about wraiths in these plains. I shall see to it as soon as I have brought the phylactery back to my order."
You're a loony, you know that?
I am no loony. I see the truth for what it is. I can hear no lie. He begins to pace again and talk more about the evils of Drexel and the things that have...
debating between setting his house on fire or going with the magic missiles. God, I just got this thing rebuilt. Fucking fanatics.
Alright. He paces. He paces.
Why does chat want me to... What does that accomplish?
Don't listen to chat. Don't listen to chat. They'll try and dissuade you one way or the other. They'll tell you to do things that'll get you killed. He talks more about the evils of Drexel and the horrors that his servants have come to. He demands the phylactery of Drexel. How long does your extra-dimensional space last? Oh my god, okay. Alright, so an hour and a half is more than enough time.
Hold on a second. 2 turns per level, so 10 turns, yeah, an hour and a half.
Okay. An hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Alright. So...
it's only been a couple of rounds. We're not fast-forwarding an hour and 40 minutes.
No. I was going to skip forward in time unless you have an idea what you wanted to do. I was going to skip a little bit forward in time.
I think before the hour and 40 minutes... I mean, I'm not going to wait for the... I guess I could wait for the rope trick to... But I'm not going to abandon my...
How far would you like to skip? If you would like to skip
I don't think I'd like to skip. I mean, I think we're having this conversation sort of in real time, so maybe it's been 5 minutes, but I don't want to fast forward.
Okay.
I think, I mean, at some point when he takes a break from his rambling, I'm like, Lydia, I'm going to blow this guy up if you don't solve this problem. He's in my living room, Lydia. Surely this gives me jurisdiction here.
Lydia calls back up. Carl, he's a paladin. Listen to him. You can't fuck with these people.
I'm sitting down on the floor and I'm shaking my head. What happens if I drained a... Yeah, I think I draw Carl the dagger and slice my hand to get another magic missile charge in the tank.
Okay.
He's not a paladin, he's a goddamn fanatic.
He's a paladin, Carl. Listen to him.
Last chance, crazy pants. Get out of my house. And if he doesn't get out of my house, I'm gonna like slip down the rope and hurl 5 magic missiles at him.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to see that on the other side of our break because it's been an hour. See you guys in a few minutes.